Hey guys, it's Charles Osterlund here with Liquid Blue Cabarete in Cabarete, Dominican Republic. And today we're gonna do a follow-up video to a video I did a couple months ago, which was about this bad boy right here, or actually the lineup, which is the SK8 V2 by F-ONE. So this is a foil plane that honestly, in my opinion, is the best foil that is out on the market. It's really versatile, it does everything. This year, I started playing around with different sizes compared to previous years. In the previous years, I've only been using one size. I'm just gonna put this down here. I've only been using one size, which has been the 850. I'm a big believer in, not a big believer, maybe I'm just a little bit lazy in this way, but I like to have gear that overlaps different disciplines. So I wanted a foil that I could prone foil, that I can wing, that I can kite foil, and have fun on all of them in pretty much any condition. So this is a very tall order to fill, let's say, finding one piece of gear that really works throughout the range. And I had that, you know, I had my Rocket surfboard that was a prone foiling board as well as a winging board. You could even kite on it if you really wanted to. I did that on some kite trips to not bring two boards. And I wanted a foil that I could do it all on. And the one that I came down to is the SK8. So the SK8 comes in different sizes from 550 all the way up to 1150. It goes up in 100 cubic centimeter increments. And here I'm holding the 750. And down there I got the 950. But basically, this foil is the same shape as what the V1 was, but they reinforced it in the sense of how they layered the carbon is now even stiffer than what it used to be. And like I said, I was using the 850. You're really able to carve it. You're really able to jump it. And it's just a foil that is very intuitive. You give it to anybody and it just works. Like there's no real questions of like, hey, this is how you have to ride it. It's just, you sort of just get it and it sort of just does it. So this foil, you can use it for wave riding. You can use it for proning. You can use it for freestyling. And all you really have to do is scale it to a size that works out for you. For me, what's new this year and what I want to share is that I originally started on the 850. Now I got myself a 950, so one step up. And I also got myself a 750, one step down. And today we see that we have wind around 15, 18 knots roughly. And in this wind condition, I was able to get out on the 750, which I wasn't sure if I would be able to, but this thing is a beast and the whole lineup is a beast. And I realized, because I'm not a big, you know, whenever you read certain things on the internet, it's always giving you like a spiel of this is the new thing and this is what we did and it's all like marketing. But in the end, one thing that stuck out was that they mentioned that now that it's overall stiffer, so when you put it foil to foil, like an 850 V1 versus this 850, well, not this one right here, but an 850 V2, you're gonna realize in the carves, in the overall feeling of the foil, when you really put it under stress, when you're really pushing it to the limit, that it holds better. And then as I was riding, I was realizing like I was doing a lot of carves, a lot of turns that back in the day, I might feel a little bit of wobble or a little bit of turbulence or something. But the reality is that I'm not really feeling that anymore. So, and that's on the 850. And then now I step down to the 750. This thing is just a little bit more faster, even more nimble, can really hold its edge well. So you really put all your pressure into a turn and it just holds up. So I'm really pleasantly surprised with this overall setup of having the high modulus carbon, whether it's the 14 or the 16, whatever one you want. Obviously the thinner, sort of the better. And then also with the SK8 V2, you know, it's just been the best foil I've had, and I don't look anywhere else. I don't look left or right. The only thing now I've been playing with is the sizing, just to have more options in the quiver. So if the waves are super small, or if the waves are super big, or it's a lighter day or a stronger day, I can adjust the foil to the conditions. And yeah, it's a luxury, that's for sure. But I realized that the foil is just so versatile that that's really the only thing you need. And you can pump it, you can surf it, you can cruise with it, and it's just super awesome. So I really recommend this foil for anyone that's on that already, you know how to go upwind. So let's just say you're a beginner that is an intermediate beginner, where you're able to hold your ground. You're able to go out, come back in. That's already probably enough of a level and you're already riding a foil around 1200 or 1500, that's already a level to get into the SK8 models and just really go down this rabbit hole of having a really accessible performance foil. So this is a follow-up to my existing video of my first impressions on the foil, and I go back to it. I'm sold now more than ever in terms of the V2, as well as using it, combining it with the carbon mast. It's just the best setup. Here I got the board that I've been reviewing in another video. That's also been a great board for just cruising, catching waves, just really mellow. And I've been pairing it up with the SK8, and it's been just a great combo. Even though I use the regular rocket wing board in general, this setup is amazing. So if you're thinking about a foil, doesn't matter what brand you're riding, I would really consider using the SK8 in combination with the high modulus carbon mass, because the setup just works. Like, it's really an investment that will last you a long time, and you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have great sessions, especially if you appreciate having surfability in a foil and pumpability sort of combined, and accessibility, let's say. It's just, that's what that is. So in any case, guys, you know, I'm not gonna talk too much, like I said, about the shape or anything like that, because the reality is the shape hasn't changed. It's just the construction of how they did it is just improved. So I find that this was a worthy upgrade from the V1 to now to the V2. If you have only the V1, then it is what it is. Like, it's still a great foil. But if you have a chance to get a V2, or you're thinking to get into this, to get this one or get into the lineup, then this is like the foil that I wouldn't look anywhere else on. And I might make a future video that talks about this foil versus a even more higher aspect foil in choppy conditions, because I realized, even looking through forums, that when you have a higher aspect foil, then you're gonna start having flex further out. And when you're riding in ocean conditions, this is not the ideal. So this might be the perfect shape for ocean riders. And that's just something to consider that I'm gonna talk about in future videos. So in any case, guys, if you like this video, if you wanna support the channel, make sure to hit like, subscribe, stay tuned. We're gonna be working on videos. Here we got a general average day. It's May, but we're going into June. Super great conditions, relatively flat water, a little bit of waves. I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna cruise a little bit on the SK8 V2. But if you're thinking to come down to Cabarete, make sure to hit us up, send us a message to get out there, have a fun session. If you're thinking to learn as well and you wanna learn in Cabarete, then this is the place to do it, and the summer is a great place to do it. So in any case, guys, this is Charles Osterlund with Liquid Blue Cabarete in Cabarete, Dominican Republic. And I'm gonna leave you with a view of Cabarete. And I'm not gonna use this bad boy today, but I will use it eventually. Tomorrow, probably. I'm using 950 for now. You.